game of golf has become popular due to celebrity figures such as Tiger Woods and Arnold Palmer. With so many different people playing, the thought comes to mind, how is every swing different? Well, with so many different people playing, everyone thinks, I need my own swing. But the swing is really not that complex. It's a very simple process that can be demonstrated in a matter of minutes. So today, I'd like to demonstrate how to hit a full swing with a 7-iron, how to chip, and how to putt. These three processes will be able to help you around the golf course and make the round of golf more enjoyable. So to begin, I'd like to show you how to hit a full swing with a 7-iron. The 7-iron is a swing that can be used for a driver, a 3-wood, a 5-iron, any kind of iron. For the irons, you're going to be hitting these shots into the green or off a tee on a par 3. So the swing is a lot longer and is very simple. So to begin the swing, remember a 4-letter word I like to call GASP. G-A-S-P. It stands for grip, aim, stance, and position. So, to start, aim the club directly straight up in the air and take your left hand and place it on the grip. You want your fingers in the grip and do not put them in the palm. It should be in the fingertips. Once there, roll the thumb over to the right side of the club. Then, take your right hand and do the same, placing your thumbs over top of one another. Once you have your grip, you need to take your aim. For your aim, you want to aim the club directly at the target first. After you've set your club down, then you need to take your stance. And your stance should be in line with the club aiming at the target, as well as your shoulders. Once your shoulders are set, you need to take your ball position. And the ball position for a 7-iron should be directly in the middle of your stance. For something such as an 8 or a 9-iron, you'd want to move it back slightly. And something for your driver, you'd want to move it forward. Yes?
Why does it matter where the ball is positioned?
Well, for every club, it's a little bit longer. And the longer the club, the farther up in the stance you will make contact with the ground. So for something like a 7-iron, I will hit the ground about right here. And in the swing, you want to hit the ball first and ground second, so you want the ball just beyond the point where you will make contact with the ground, so that way you can hit ball first and follow through with the ground. So once you get your ball position, then you're ready to begin your swing. So I take my grip, my aim, my stance, and my position. First step of the swing is the backswing. Backswing should begin with the rotation of your shoulders, keeping your head still and your lower body still, with a slight weight shift to your back foot, like so. Keeping your left arm straight, you should get to the top of your swing, above your shoulders, and the club should be pointed directly at the target. After you've reached the top of your swing, you should begin your downswing. The downswing starts with the hips and the shoulders rotating together and the hands coming inside the ball. Now, when I say inside the ball, I mean that they need to stay inside so that the club does not wrap around the ball and it does not slide off the ball. So your hands are inside and the club becomes square at impact. So, I will take my backswing, begin my downswing inside the ball, and the club will become square at impact. After I have done my downswing, I should start my follow-through. And the follow-through actually begins when you make contact with the ball. I will hit the ball first, then the ground, and I should follow through to about waist height, and then I want to turn the club over so I finish high above the shoulders. That way, I can get all the way through the ball and hit it directly at my target. If I do not finish through properly, say I were to hold it off and not get the club over top of my shoulders, then I'd hit the ball straight right. And if I do it too quick and I finish down low, I'll hit the ball directly left. So you want to come down inside the ball and finish high above the shoulders. I'll demonstrate this swing once for you. So I take my stance, get my grip, get my aim, and I take my swing, finish high above the shoulders, like so. That is how to properly hit a 7-iron, and it can be used at various points in the round. The next swing I'd like to demonstrate for you is how to properly chip the ball. Chipping is more of a feel shot and should be used around the green. I'd say within 40 to 50 yards of the green. That way you can lob the ball onto the green and roll it to the hole. A chip shot is a little bit different than a full swing. It should not be used at all times. Sometimes you might want to lob the ball or hit it low and roll it. So, for the chip shot, you want to begin again with gash. So I take my grip the same, but you might want to choke down on the club. That way you have better control of the head. Then I take my aim. I'll aim directly at the target with the club. But for my stance, I want to be slightly open. That way I can get my shoulders and hips through the ball a little bit easier. So once I take my stance, I take my ball position again. And for a chip shot, you want the ball to be on just inside your back foot. So I'll take my stance and my position, and I'll slightly press my hands forward. That way the club is square at impact. Then, for my motion. The motion is like you're bowling a ball. So I would rock my hand back and through. Rocking it back and through. So if I were to step up to a chip shot, I'll get up there, I'll step up, put my hand slightly forward. My weight is on my left side. Yes.
Why should your weight be on your left side?
Well, if the weight were on your right side, you would be standing like this, and your club would have a tendency to slide under the ball or hit the top of the ball. If you put your weight on the left side, then you will have a descending motion with your swing, so you can make direct impact on the ground and hit the ball firmly. So, I'll take my grip, my stance, aim, and position, slightly press my hands forward and put my weight forward, and then I'll have a rocking motion like I was bowling the ball. So I'll demonstrate for you. Hands forward, weight forward, like so. As I said before, it is a field shot. It should be practiced many times, and then you can master this shot. Now, so for my third swing, I'd like to demonstrate how to properly putt. Putting is completely different than a full swing and a chip shot. Putting is used on the green, and sometimes off the green if you don't feel like chipping it and there's nothing in your way between the hole. So, for a putt, to begin, once again, I take my grip. And the grip is different because there's no proper way to grip the putter. But I like to run my fingers down my thumbs down the grip, right in the middle, placing the thumbs over top of one another. Then I will take my aim. And my aim is based on the undulation and how I have read the green. So if the green runs to the right or moves to the left based on how the dirt in the ground sits, then I'll have to aim slightly left or right or dead center. I'll aim center for this one. So I take my aim. Then I want to take my stance. And it will be a square stance, my feet about shoulder width apart, and my ball position will be in the front of my stance. This way my head is behind the club and I can properly see my line. So once I get that, I want my head behind the ball. Then, for this swing motion, it's like a pendulum rocking. If you were to picture a pendulum, it would just go back and forth, with the shoulders moving, no lower body or head movement. So if you want to do a putt, it'd be like this. So, again, just like in chipping, I will slightly press my hands forward to make the club square. Then, I'll rock the club with my shoulders as if it was a pendulum. You want to keep your head down so that way you do not pull up and cause the club to either turn left or turn right and make the ball go offline. So that is how to properly putt the ball. I believe with these three swings you can master the game of golf in a very simple way. And if you take my techniques, then you will have a fun and enjoyable round.